Last time, our heroes broke into House Nazari Kai's preservation rooms with the help of a paranoid Parse and mysterious Tarsus to look into the murder of an unknown entity. They also drank lots
I
of
like
tea,
the way you put that.
befriended a rosemary bush, and unknowingly, to some, stole a necklace from a dead guy.
Which is now in my bedroom.
Now they awaken from a night at an inn called the Black Sheep Bar to gentle light and the not-so-gentle noises of a city waking up, or, in some cases, dragging itself to bed after a very long night. So, you're on the second floor of the bar. It's fairly quiet up here. There aren't really that many rooms for rent, but you do hear some clinking of dishes and quiet talking from downstairs already.
I keep trying to sleep.
I've been up since dawn. I get up at dawn at the potato farm. And I've just been like sitting there waiting for Ben to wake up. With this like enormous grin on my face.
Are you also like passing the time sharpening your axe?
Sure, why not?
Just like grinning at him.
Just like shink, shink.
I think that sound may have woken me up, and I'm in bed being like, eventually this sound will stop and I'll be able to sleep some more.
Shink.
I also assume that you use a potato as a whetstone.
Sure. It's also sharpening the potato.
Dual purpose.
I almost fell out of my chair.
Excellent. We aren't funny enough if we don't make Ben fall off his chair.
So what are you doing, Laura?
Oh, this is after my dream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the morning after.
Can I, like, sneak out so that I can get a breath of fresh air and be by myself for a while?
I never really gave you, like, this is how the layout is, but do you think, like, you all have separate rooms, or are you all in the same room? Because
I imagined we were in like separate rooms, but with like a common room in the middle. And I just walked into Ben's room.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Oh, so you're actually in my room.
Yeah.
Oh, and
So maybe I'm like,
oh, did you see that the necklace is there in my room? Because when I saw last night when I saw that Laura had put it on my person, I took it out and like just laid it to the side.
I don't know. Would my passive perception just see it? Because I don't think I was like looking for it.
I think with your passive perception, you would. It's not like it was hidden or anything. And I'd say you probably would have remembered it from yesterday. It was kind of an experience.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna murderize Ben about stealing that necklace.
So that's why you're grinning while sharpening your axe.
Because you have no reason to know that I'm not the one who took it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, I felt bad about this whole encounter already. I'm gonna question Ben, but I'm being merciful. I'm letting you sleep in.
So you don't remember seeing me, like, put it back?
Oh, we were in different rooms by then.
Oh. And you were kind of avoiding looking at the body.
Yeah, you guys, like, stuck me. It was actually 2 rooms and a closet. You guys stuck me in the closet because I was the shortest.
Oh.
I was okay, though. I'm used to it.
Oh.
You had a smaller room back home.
It's the size of half a closet.
Half of a dwarf closet.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, this closet's enormous.
You had to share that closet with 2 cousins.
Yeah.
And potatoes.
Yep.
But
It was actually the potato storage.
to get back to Bly's question, I would say that Bly could sneak out unnoticed since, you're all in separate places. You might roll a dexterity check if you want to, like, sneak out your window, because, you're on the second floor. Or if you want to try sneaking past people, then you'd have to roll stealth versus their perception.
I guess I'll sneak out the window. This seems like a very Bly thing to do. She's like, I'll be back, but
And then just like jumps out.
if I come back and you guys are gone, that's fine.
But you didn't like say that to anyone, you just said it?
I said it to myself.
What was that, Laura?
I said it to myself as I opened the window.
Oh.
Like,
When I get back, it's fine. I rolled an 11.
Okay, so not the best landing you've ever done, but, you don't get hurt. You just kind of land a little heavily. And you're out.
Oh, do we hear the thump?
Roll perception if you want, I guess.
Okay.
Sure. I just rolled a nat 20.
Sorry,
I
I
rolled
guess
an 8,
you
so.
weren't that stealthy.
Wow, that's not what I was expecting to.
So does that mean she even heard her say that she'll be back?
Probably. The walls are very thin.
Oh, boy.
Well, I rolled an 8.
You have no clue. You're still trying to sleep.
Oh, boy, this is, Here, let's commemorate this. You guys can have my print screen.
Oh, I guess if I roll a nat 20, I'll just have to take a photo of it.
Well, so I was like, she'll be back. I trust her. But I know that she's out. Being brooding or whatever.
Favorite pastime.
So, like, if we won't be confused if we're done with our interaction, you're not back yet.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm interested enough to follow you because I want to make sure that I deal with Twan over here.
And my thieving ways.
Yep. Your thieving ways. Ways.
Well, let's let Laura do a couple of things and then I'll actually get out of bed.
Laura, what cool things do you do?
Oh.
She didn't actually expect to do things.
Can I roll for, like, I guess, is there a way that I can see what kind of stuff is nearby, or would I already know that?
I mean, you were here before, but it's been quite a while, so I'm guessing that things have changed a little bit. So is there any place in particular you're looking for, or just, like, trying to figure out what's around?
Just trying to figure out what's around.
There's literally nothing. It's just like a pile of rubble, and you're like,
It's the void!
no.
Well, if you're looking for something in particular, I might say investigation, but since you're just kind of looking around, maybe just perception?
Alright. Oh, I rolled
A 2.
a 6.
You see some buildings.
I don't know, for you it's just kind of very nostalgic to be back in this place, and you aren't necessarily looking too hard at what things are there, you're just kind of experiencing it, and after your dream last night, you're just kind of getting some fresh air and rejuvenating yourself a little bit.
Yeah. And I imagine, like, if I see anybody, I'd try to avoid them because I don't really feel like talking to anybody.
Is that a stealth check?
I don't know. I don't feel like many people would just like go around trying to find people to talk
Trying
to.
to talk to me.
Especially in a city.
Oh, maybe if you rolled a nat 1.
Unless they were like, I don't know, salesmen of some sort, being like, you over there.
Would you like to buy some scale polish?
Oh my god, I was literally gonna say the same thing. I was gonna be like, oh, dingy scales. Well, you could use some like scale gel.
Or wandering evangelists. Have you heard the good word of Nazareth today?
Oh my god.
No, you don't have to deal with that.
Okay.
It's still pretty early. People are mostly kind of going about their own business.
Yeah.
The scale polish salesman ran into the evangelist, and they're
Trying to sell things to each other.
okay. Well, I slowly open my
Why, hello there, Cloud. I've been waiting for you.
Is this some sort of dwarven custom that I somehow never heard about?
See that you decided to steal that necklace from yesterday, and I frown upon that.
I put it back. I think it followed me.
And I don't believe you, so I'm gonna do an insight check, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me roll that D. I rolled a nat 1.
Oh no! Of course, that's how it works.
Oh my god. Here you go. Have the next one. Does that mean, like, I totally changed my mind, or I continue disbelieving him?
Wouldn't that mean you have the opposite of insight?
Yeah, so you, like, completely mistrust him.
Okay. And I'm like, I don't trust you at all. We're gonna return that necklace.
That's what I want to do!
And I'm like, sure you do.
But I think we need to do... I don't know. I'm worried that it might follow me again, because it just appeared in my things. I don't...
Sure it did. I'm gonna hold on to that, mister, I say, holding out my hand.
Okay, take it, but it is magic. It's right there. I mean, I don't even really want to touch it. It could... What? I don't know. Maybe it's cursed. What if it follows you? What if it jumps from your pack into my pack? I don't know. Anything could happen.
And I'm like, sure, pepper me with your lies and slander. I just like throw it in my like potato rucksack.
What if it causes the potatoes to get the white rot?
Uh-huh. Sure.
I mean,
whatever you will.
I just don't want you to get hurt because I care about you. Dan! Lawin goes over to give her a hug.
And I'm like, I still don't trust you, but...
While you're wielding your blade, I give you a big hug.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like awkwardly like enduring this hug while holding a potato in my axe.
Just kind of kneeling down to hug you because you're...
And I'm like, well, I haven't completely forgiven you yet, but if you promise to return this with me, then we'll be okay.
Yeah, I don't like it when creepy dead guy belongings do things on their own. It happens more often than it should. Like, there's this one time that Elfie Dad just... There was, like, this skull thing that had these gem-encrusted eye sockets, and it just sort of glowed whenever he walked by it, and then he went back home and suddenly there was this glowing skull. And that was when I was about 12, and I still have dreams about it sometimes.
And I'm like, well, now you'll have dreams about me. Am I like scraping against the axe, like, I'm like, okay, well,
I could sing a song about the skull.
that's okay. No,
There once was a scully skull.
And I just like slowly place I'm still holding the potato, so I just like slowly put it against your mouth, and I'm like,
It had a.
I get it. Okay, we should wait for Bly to get back, and then head back to hear the news about the poison, and then maybe I can ask the best way to return this.
That sounds good to me. Okay.
And I'm like, I'm glad you agree.
I know the potato now.
No.
I roll versus persuasion.
I
did not roll well.
I wouldn't expect so. You have a potato in your mouth.
Well, I rolled a 10 because I have a really good bonus, but
I mean, I feel like me as a character would show pity, but like me as a person is like, just like strain that potato even harder.
Well, I suppose I could subtract your potato proficiency bonus from my roll.
I don't think that's how rolls
I don't
work.
think that's how it works either. Well, it's fine. I begrudgingly take the potato off your math.
It's also against another player
And then
character.
it was glowing.
Okay, I guess I put it back. I'm gonna walk away now, and you can continue to sing if you want.
But I'll miss you.
And then I just like back out of the room and like wait in the common room.
Okay, well, I go down to see all the people in the main. I don't know. Is there like a? Is this like more like a tavern or type place? Do they have a common area where there's people?
Yeah, there's like a bar with food and stuff on the lower floor, and the rooms for sleeping are on the upper floor.
Okay, I go down to the bar to charm the common people.
Are you still singing the song about skulls?
Of course.
So
Should I roll performance?
if you want.
Yay!
Like how well is he entertaining these people?
I rolled an 18.
That's surprising. Okay,
Yeah.
it's good.
People are like, yeah, skulls.
So, the common room is fairly quiet before you come in. There aren't too many people there at this hour. A couple people look kind of hungover and are a little bit in pain at your noise. But I guess in general, people seem to enjoy it.
You're like, I think.
That's because I added a nice little dance number at the end. Skull, 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 skull. The skull dance, skull, scully, dancey, 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 skull, dancey, dance, skull. I improvised the words.
Sounds like we can tell. But man, that sure is catchy.
So like
I also improvised the dance moves.
So the orc behind the bar kind of raises an eyebrow, and she's just kind of like, lively morning.
Wait, I come back in?
You can do whatever you so choose, Laura.
Yeah, which way do you come back in?
Through the window or through the front door?
I want to come back in through the window.
Which
Okay,
window?
Okay, good.
Your window or like a window into the common room?
Yeah, and I'm
Or
just,
into
like,
some
not
other random
before
person's
you
room.
fly.
I'll come in through the window in the common room.
Okay, great. I've been waiting for you to fly.
Okay, because I was wondering if it was the window of some just random person.
I'm
I'm
like,
just annoyed that you guys are still around.
and I'm like, oh, don't worry, Flower is downstairs, and I'm like, he did something bad, so he stole that necklace from the other day, and I took it from him because I don't trust him. I think we should return it, but I also think that just like walking in there and being like, "Hey, I found this necklace," is kind of stupid, man. I feel like I'm not. Although I might be that dumb. I don't know. And I'm like, we should just go there and like return it. But I also know that this poison dealio is pretty serious. So what? And I trust you as like a wise person. What do you think we should do?
I agree that we should return it. I especially think that it shouldn't be in his hands.
And I'm like, I'm glad
Says
you.
the person who actually stole it.
And I'm like, but I'm like, should because I'm like, I think we should just like walk up there and like give it to them. And so, are you like agreeing with that?
I actually think that we should plant it on some random person and then call the police and tell them that this person has it. That's what I think we should do.
And I'm like, I don't like this plan either.
Doesn't that sound nice?
Well, at that point, I come back.
So you went down, sang a song, then went back up right away.
Oh, well,
I'm not exactly sure where everyone is at this point. Are you all downstairs at the bar, or is it just Tlauen down there and...
I think it's the second scenario.
Okay.
I figure after a while, I'm like, I miss my people.
After like 2 seconds.
Oh, well, okay. I don't know how long.
Not that short, but still.
Okay, I'll just be hanging out there. I can talk about plans once you actually
Well,
head
I
down.
don't like Bly's idea either, so I'm like, I guess I'm doing this. I'm gonna figure this out on my own. And I'm like, okay, well, should we go find more information about the poison dealio? Maybe grab some food.
Food actually sounds really good right now.
Okay, so we probably go downstairs.
Did anyone offer to get me food or drinks in exchange for my excellent singing?
Roll persuasion.
Hey, you liked my singing. Buy me stuff. I say convincingly. I rolled a whatever my bonus is. I rolled a 17.
I guess. One of the hungover guys is just like, yeah, sure, I'll buy you something if you stop. It was good.
Stop.
It was good, but it hurts so much. So that's how you get breakfast.
Yay!
I also say yay and give him a big hug.
Oh.
And he's just like,
And I tell him my name and I say, if you ever want another good song, You can just look me up.
And that's when we arrive.
Yeah.
And we're like, great. Plowing got us breakfast, I say, and go and eat the food that he got.
I'm like, this is my new friend. He has a name, I think. I don't know it.
None of us are reacting. We're just like, sure, whatever.
He's grumpy. I like him.
He's just like,
What is your name?
He grumbles incoherently a bit and just like puts his head on the table. He is not in a good way.
no.
Oh. I'm like, oh, hey, Bly, good to see you. So that necklace, like, mysteriously followed me.
Yeah.
Totally.
Let's get to it.
I think it's, like, because of magic or something.
I think so too. It's magic.
Yeah, tell Skara that I didn't steal it, that I put it back, because I did put it back. You saw that, right?
I actually don't remember much from yesterday.
Fly!
I remember the body and that kind of freaked me out. I don't remember much past that.
Oh, this is hilarious.
I looked at the necklace and I was like, okay, something's magic, and I put it back on. And then when we got to the inn, it was there with all my things. Anyway, I think we should put it back, but I'm worried that it'll get out again. But I came up with a plan for how we should take it back. We should
What's your plan?
we should pretend to be mourners and like get like a bunch of flowers and hide the necklace in the flowers, and then we give the flowers to like whoever, I don't know, takes flowers or whatever. We'll just give it to them with the necklace in it, and then we'll run and we'll hope that the necklace doesn't find us again.
I am not carrying flowers. I'll come with, but I'm not doing the flowers.
I can carry flowers, or we could just get Tarsus. Like, do we know where Tarsus is?
No.
Yeah, I thought we were all meeting back up at is it
Yeah.
Pars's house?
Oh, we were? I say, cluelessly.
And I'm just like, this is why I've been having this dilemma over like my soul is like must return necklace immediately, but then the other half of my soul is like, no, we need to find out the mystery of the poisoning because that's suspicious and whatnot, and I must do the good.
Oh, well, maybe they'll know something about the necklace, or they didn't last time. But if we go there, they might be able to help us.
And I'm just like, and I'm like, Bly, what do you think? I still don't trust him.
We should ask my grumpy friend, too.
Let's ask the grumpy friend and see what he thinks.
Grumpy friend, tell us what we should do with our life decisions. We need to return a necklace to a dead guy, but we also agreed to meet some creepy people.
He's just like, please, just go. Do what? Just like toss a coin or whatever. Just leave me alone.
Probably all that's going through his head, what comes out is just something like...
I never thought about it that way.
Let's see, if everyone could roll a perception check.
Sure. I got a 13.
I got a 16.
Oh, I got a 5.
So I mostly nothing seems too much out of the ordinary. It's just kind of common sleepy start to the day. Tala, when you do overhear someone at the bar talking to the orc, just being like, "Yeah, I guess the next Lord Phyros is going to be an orc as well, Erica, or I guess half orc, but close enough, right?" And she doesn't seem too interested. And there's also a notice board in the inn.
I'm like, politics. But I'll look at the notice board. What was that sound?
That was the notice board.
It attacks!
Probably was not making dinner.
Oh.
Was it like a sticking sound?
It just sort of that sound like, rick, 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 like that.
Maybe that's the sound that I was making with my axe earlier.
So,
Okay,
like,
so
in the middle of this discussion, you just kind of get up and look at the notice board.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, my attention has immediately wandered.
I literally say that. Oh, my attention has immediately wandered. Excuse me while I sing the attention wandering song and go and look at this notice board. Wander, 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 wander.
While Ben's doing that, you know, I have this plate of food I stole from Ben, and I offer some of it to Bly.
Yeah.
So at the notice board, it looks like there are several layers of like pieces of paper just kind of piled up and tacked on over each other. Just on the top layer, there's nothing too interesting, like I don't know, an ad like "need gold fast," and
And I'm like, yes, I do.
and like upcoming block party. Bring your own beverage.
Mm.
Oh. I'm like, I didn't know that blocks had parties.
You take that one too.
Also, I thought block was a derogatory term for golems.
Let's go to the block party and play the necklace on somebody.
I'm like, what's wrong with you people?
So what does the thing about making gold fast say?
Give us your blood and we'll give you gold.
Yeah, it's like come down to Shady Alley and make an appointment. 1-on-1. Fast. Premium gold.
This sounds completely above board to me.
Doesn't sound sketchy at all.
I just have no idea where Shady Alley is. But I showed this to Scar and Bly, and I'm like, this sounds like a good opportunity. Do you know where maybe Mr. Grumpy knows where Shady Alley is?
And I'm like, Mom and Dad told me to never trust a shady-looking advertisement posted on a wall.
And I'm like, I think Dad said something about shady advertisements, but I didn't pay attention. I'm guessing it was probably that they're totally good and you should do what they say.
Oh, God, we're stupid people.
I have a high intelligence.
I'm just finding it kind of funny because it's like this is an intrigue campaign. You're all like, yeah, let's trust that.
Let's trust it, all right.
I'll get better eventually. I probably won't actually go to Shady Alley for no other reason that I have no idea where it is. Also, I still need to find a bard school. I say as if I remember it for the first time that day.
Probably was. It's like, oh yeah, the reason I came to this city. As you're like holding this make gold fast notice in your hand, you stare off into space. Oh yeah.
Although this block party sure sounds fun.
Yeah. So where's the block party say that it is? When is it?
Shady Alley.
Oh.
Oh, god damn it.
We can take care of both at the same time. Is it anywhere near question mark?
I don't even know what to do. I just like...
I don't know what to do right now.
And I'm like, okay, well, the date is for a few days from now, so it's not like we can go now, I say. And I'm like, why don't we go check in with Pars and Tarsus?
I think that would be a good idea.
Oh, thank God. Thank Gardegar.
I know, it's like, am I going to regret just putting a notice board in this inn?
I mean, you can still keep it on you, Ben.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, those people over there were talking about politics, but it sounded like it involves stuff that I don't know about.
And I'm like, the only politics I know are potato politics.
Why are you so all uninterested in politics?
Was it?
Okay, I'll
No, it's like
listening.
be your
Okay.
be your characters. It's just
Okay, but
I just
it
find
was-
it amusing.
It was they talked about the new something or other, the new Lord
Yeah.
Raygun. What was it?
Lord Pyros.
Fire what?
That's totally different.
Wait, what did you say? Fire something?
Oh no.
Can you say it again? Oh, Fyro.
If I stop laughing.
That's just what I said, Lord Raygun.
Okay, how about I'm just like, oh, I don't know who these people are, but if I'm gonna be in the city for an extended time, I should probably become interested.
I pointed at them.
Okay, so I just like awkwardly do that like sliding move to see if I can overhear any more information.
I go right up to them,
Oh,
smiling
okay.
disarmingly.
I'm just looking for watching you guys.
Oh, so do I actually know what Lord Fyros refers to, or?
From your personality, I'd say that you weren't that interested in politics in your studies.
Yeah, well, I am proficient in history, so I'm into politics if it happened a while ago. So if it's something that I would have history knowledge about, then I might know. But if not, then should I just roll history?
You might know about the previous person and be like, oh, who's this like new person or something?
I might know about who it was like 100 years ago.
Go ahead and roll history.
Okay. I rolled a 16.
Okay, so House Fyros is one that has been around for a while, and it's kind of in the upper northeast, basically on like, where you're from is kind of upper northwest, so kind of like on the other
Okay.
side of the country.
Is the capital sort of in the middle?
No, the capital is way south. The capital is
Oh.
on the sea.
Oh.
So you had gone right up to the bar and was you're just standing there smiling so far. So the orc behind the bar is like, "Can I help you with something?"
Oh, I just heard that you were having an interesting conversation about local politics, which is a subject about which I am completely ignorant. But I am, of course, interested in all things that have to do with local politics because I like to sing about everything. Um, I heard you were mentioning something about Lord Phyros. I know some interesting historical tidbits about embarrassing relations that they had about 200 years ago. And I know a song about a love affair between one of their cousins 300 years ago and a low-born uh,
Stable
cheesemonger.
boy. Cheesemonger, stable boy.
Yeah, that. It's a really good story.
She just kind of grunts and like goes back to attending what she was doing, but she gestures towards the person who is talking to her, just being like, "He's the one who brought up the politics." And like the other guy is just kind of like, "Come on, Erica, you're not interested in that?" And he turns to you and is kind of like, "So yeah, the new Lord Phyros is going to be an orc or half orc."
That sounds like probably a really positive thing for orcs, right?
That's what I thought too, but Erica's not interested.
I think it's good to have more lords who are, orcs and other things. I'm still holding out for a gelatinous cube lord, but that might be a while. I sort of trail off, realizing that might come across as offensive. I have a lot of respect for orcs. That probably sounds offensive too. I actually said that
Digging yourself into this deeper hole.
I actually literally say that probably sounds offensive too.
Like, Erica, the orc behind the bar, is just kind of like cleaning the bar, and she just kind of shakes her head.
I was studying the orc migrations recently. It was a fascinating historical topic that I probably don't need to talk to you about since you are an actual orc. Anyway, politics are interesting, right? Please don't hate me.
He's probably just like, oh boy, this youngin'.
The guy's just been kind of staring at you since you brought up gelatinous cube lord. Just kind of like chewing on his breakfast and staring at you. And
being like, whoa, who's this weirdo?
and Erica sighs and is just kind of like, yeah, so he's a half orc. Doesn't mean we have much in common now, does it?
So, did this happen by marriage or adoption or?
The guy who brought it up first is just kind of like, well, the late Lord Phyros died.
Okay, so is this his son or daughter or?
Yeah, his son.
Okay.
Is the current Lord Phyros a human?
Well, late Lord Phyros now, but yeah, he was human.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so the mother or other parent was an orc?
Yeah, I guess so. I heard that the kid's never even been in town. That's going to be something.
Huh. Well, that means we will have something in
Interesting.
common because I've never been in town either.
Maybe we could show him around.
Yeah! I know where question mark is. Wait, where is question mark? I was at question mark.
Well, what she said was kind of interesting because I'm like, oh, I guess at this point I've like completely sidled over
Yeah.
to join the conversation, and I'm like, so I take it that like full-blooded orcs, or however you want to phrase it, like some of you guys aren't too enthused about the new Lord Phyros.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. It's just, he grew up with money, and
Okay. And I'm like, I understand that, and like look into my pocket, which has nothing but like dust motes and like the 10 gold you gave us, and like potatoes.
and he won't know anything about the city.
So we do have stuff in common. And I'm like, maybe I have more in common with him than he has in common with you. I say this because I'm not very sensitive.
And I'm like, I don't know anything about politics, but I know about potato business. And if you know nothing about potato business, you won't do well in potato business. That was me realizing I said the words potato business like 5 times.
So I noticed that you referred to him as the kid. Is this a particularly young person? Or do you mean kid in the sense of someone who is inexperienced?
The guy at the bar looks you over. I mean, I don't know for sure. I've never met him, but from the accounts, probably about your age.
Okay, I'm
80 whatever. Good to know.
I assume that he was speaking to Sloan.
Yeah, I know.
I said I'm 21. I'm like, well, I want to meet him. How do we meet him?
At the block party.
And both the guy and Erika just kind of look at you funny, and the guy's like, meet a noble?
And then I'm like, oh, right, I sort of technically am a noble too.
The guy doesn't seem to believe you. He just kind of like side-eyes you and is like, uh-huh.
Sure.
I have nice clothes on.
Except, of course, they're covered in, like, dirt and stuff since you've been, like, rolling around with, like, bushes and, like, in...
You could even say that they're fine clothes.
No one laughs. Okay,
well, I do have this paper, this scroll of adoption that proves that I am who I say I am, which I never actually said who I am, did I? I'm Plawin. I hold up the scroll. See?
It isn't even unrolled. It's just like it's like
with like the wax seal on it.
Yeah.
See, I'm important-ish. Well, not that important. I'm slightly more important than you are.
Oh wow.
No offense.
The guy scratches his cheek and is just kind of like, I know that some traveling minstrels have the shtick going on, but it's kind of dangerous to impersonate a noble. I might cut that out for you.
I was adopted like 10 years ago.
Anyway, Sky's probably kind of done with this conversation.
They thought I had skills and they wanted me to be their kid because they couldn't have any because they were a dwarf and an elf, and also because they were both male.
And like the story is just seeming more and more far-fetched for this like dude.
Yeah, he just like turns back to Erica and is like, so, that weather we've been having.
Well, I go back to Scarred and Blind. I'm like, you guys believe me, right?
And I'm like, yes, I've met your parents. They're the ones who hired me.
I was just getting worried. Bly, do you believe me?
And Laura's just like, no.
I'm kind of suspicious.
Do you actually say that?
I'm suspicious.
I mean-
suspicious.
Have you even brought that up before with her? It's like,
No,
you
no, I
suddenly
haven't.
You're just like bringing up this question like, do you believe me?
Yes.
I'm like, I'm still like eating. Like,
I'm like, wait, that was my meal.
It's gone. We've already eaten it.
I'll have to find Grumpy Guy and ask him for another meal. Is he still there?
He is asleep now.
Yeah, he's like passed out. I'm like, well, I've met his parents, and they are a gem.
Just one single gem.
Yeah, but it's like the biggest, nicest gem ever. Okay, shall we get going? Before you get distracted by more blocked parties.
So I get breakfast. Let's go.
Do you just like steal it from like sleeping guys? Like what if he like didn't finish what he was eating? So you're like, yeah, that half-eaten like, I don't know, what do you eat for like oatmeal or whatever? You're just like, yep.
I mean, I'm not into stealing, but I persuade someone to give me their oatmeal thing by threatening to sing about, well, anything really.
Like, at first, they kind of shake their head, and then when you bring up singing, they just, like, nod furiously and just push it towards you. As you, like, take it, Eureka's kind of like, hey, don't bother my patrons.
I thought they liked my singing.
Yeah, but don't threaten them.
Oh,
Thanks.
sorry. Awkwardly leaves.
So, on your way, you're kind of walking through some narrow streets, and it's still somewhat early. Right where you are, it's not super busy, and as you're walking along, like in front of you, out of a side alley, a cat streaks out and like starts running down the street and seems to see you and kind of skids and stops and looks up at you with big eyes.
Oh my god, kitty!
Aw, Katie. I can talk with animals.
You just like tell us, and we're like, okay.
Magically. Let me clarify this.
Sure. What's it say?
Oh, by the way, how does ritual magic work, by the way? Because I can do this ritually. Does that mean it doesn't cost a slot, but it takes longer? Was that the thing?
Yeah, it takes 10 extra minutes, but it doesn't cost a slot.
Oh. Hey, do we have 10 minutes to spare?
I grab the cat nicely, like gently, and nestle it against my beard because I like cats.
Aw, that's so cute.
Captured the mice in our potato farms.
It lets out, like, one of those half meow, half purrs.
Aww.
But then out of the same alley that it came from, a few people like run around and like they stop when they see you, and they're just like, "Hey, that's our cat. Give it back." And the cat, like, its ears go back and does not look happy. It looks afraid.
Okay, I'll just cast the spell without using 10 minutes because I want to talk to it now. So I expend to speak with animals, and I'm like, "Hi, cat. Are these people bad people? What's going on?"
The cat looks at you with wide eyes, its ears back, and it meows.
Meow.
It So it's not giving me any information. It's not
You
talking.
No, it doesn't seem to be. It's not talking, or like you can't understand it. Something.
Even
Yeah, I know you cast the spell.
okay. I'm gonna roll Arcana to see if anything seems arcanally funny then. And that was nice. Okay, I rolled a 22.
You know, I never know exactly how much information I should give when you roll
Oh.
Arcana, because, like, you're not, like, doing a detect magic spell or identify spell or anything. I mean,
Let's see.
you kind of, like, wonder what could be going on. You don't know if, like, you're pretty sure it's not, like, something like a silencing thing, because, you know, the cat's still making noise.
Yeah. Maybe it's actually saying meow.
You've heard of, like, spells that can, you know, turn people into creatures or something for a short while. You've heard of different things. Like, right now you don't have too much information. You have a cat who can't seem to speak.
Okay, because
So
maybe
there,
it's not really a cat, because it wouldn't work on something that's not really a cat, would it? Well, not really an animal. Is that correct?
I believe so. You also don't know, there are probably spells to, like, it seems fairly solid to be an illusion. It's possible that, you know, it could even be some sort of animate creation, kind of like a parse, but, you know, with an
Right.
altering sort of thing. I don't know. You have some of these different thoughts of what it could be,
Okay.
and like what seems to be the leader of the group kind of puts his hand to a weapon, and he's like, "Hey, are you going to give us that cat back?
So
It's ours, and it escaped."
So I tell everybody, I don't think this is a normal cat.
And I'm like, this cat doesn't seem to like you guys. Can you prove that it's your cat? Because I would happily give it back to you if it is your cat.
How do you prove that a cat's yours? It's my cat.
And I'm like, there are, like, I don't know, like animal, like, I need to see your veterinary record. And I'm like, is it Mr. or Miss Kitty?
A Mr. Kitty.
And I'm like, Mr. Kitty, do you want to go with these people? Because it doesn't seem like you want to go with these people.
And I repeat that in cat, just in case it works this time. Meow, 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 meow.
Like, he had been staring at Tlawin, but he whips his head back to you, Scar, and like his eyes are still really wide and his ears back, so this is a scared cat.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, I don't think I trust you guys. Like, even if it is your cat, this cat seems scared. And maybe you're hurting it. And I don't want this cat to be hurt.
Yeah.
The guy sighs and like hefts his mace. And there are two other guys behind him, and they kind of spread out. So everyone roll initiative.
Are we fighting them? Okay.
I
And I'm like, no, my kitty. Tla, 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 tla.
Bzz, 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 bzz.
Yo, we're mixed nerds, and we're here to say
Bzz, bzz,
good day.
bzz, bzz,
Perfect.
Good day.
And then everyone's like, should say something that's not good day, just like totally random. So like,
Turnip sock.
Like, pineapples are good.
yeah,
Oh.
perfect. Excellent. We could just have Tig purring. As
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.